this.
How long?
I'm scared.
You should be. Jesus.
Ooh. It got me.
That was
Little
good.
tickle there. Hey, welcome back to the Port Timing Podcast. I'm Kevin. We have Holmes. Another game going. Cool.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Johnny, Frank.
That's me.
We're in the new studio, baby.
What's going on? Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
welcome to our new
fucking
home.
Cool.
And we're playing a little shot game here.
Yeah, Kevin was the loser/winner
Yeah.
of the shot game.
Yep.
Well,
Welcome to our new studio. We just finished setting it up. Hope it looks cool.
Hollywood, baby.
Right. We got lights,
Big time.
and stuff like that.
We made it.
yeah, we made it from scratch.
No, I'm saying we
we've
made
come
it in
this
the
far.
business.
Oh,
Yes.
we made it in the business. Yes,
Yeah.
we're on the corner of
Also made
Hollywood
it-
Boulevard and what's another
on-
road
and
over there?
Mastic
On
Road.
Spotify, on
we're on
Spotify,
Hollywood
we're
and
right under Rogan's podcast.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's another
exactly
thing we
where
could
I
bring
wanna
up.
be.
We're on
Yes.
all platforms now.
We are
Yeah.
on all platforms.
Yeah, you listen to us on Spotify.
But don't listen to us on Spotify because we're all protesting Spotify.
For
Well-
what reason?
Because we all hate Joe Rogan.
Yes. Well,
That's-
we
well, Frank-
posted.
That's my nigga, Joe Rogan.
Let's go.
Yeah,
We posted
Very
2
evidence.
episodes. We took one down, so we're on both sides of
Right,
the
exactly.
coin here.
Kevin, before
Yeah.
we get into it, tell us a little bit about your experience playing Risk last night for the first time.
Oh, that was pretty cool. I looked at some YouTube videos before going in, so I knew what to expect. I knew it was going to be.
Yeah, but did you know what to expect with the personalities and the clashing?
Everyone has such strong personalities that I know that from playing football. You know what I mean? So, I mean, immediately Ian and Frank are enemies. They just try. Well, Ian
That's
tries
in
to kill
everyday
Frank.
life,
But
though.
hold on, though. Ian tries to kill Frank because he says it. Did Ian ever actually attempt to damage me?
He could not get there.
Right, and he didn't try to. I couldn't get there either, and then I did.
You found a path, and
Where
you
did everybody start off? Just wondering.
Australia.
That was Duras. He was in Australia, and he
Oh,
lost.
lucky him.
I
He
was
lost?
big time.
How do you lose in Australia?
Because you have to actually attack people. You can't just sit there the whole game.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah,
I'm a
of
pretty
course.
decent Risk player. I'm
sweat it out.
not gonna front.
Anyway, the winner of the game was John A, and I wanted to give a personal congratulations to John A because
Let's
we've been
go.
playing for 8 years, and this was his first ever win.
Congrats.
That's
dude.
gotta
Congrats
feel
to
good.
John
Was he
A.
hyped?
He was so. He was like to tears. He was so happy, and I'm
That's
not
fucking-
exaggerating.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that's better than scoring a touchdown.
He was so fucking pumped.
It was fun, longer than I expected, but
It was a
fun.
long
Oh,
game.
it's a whole-
It was a long game because
an
no
ordeal.
one wanted to take Ian out of the. Ian was sitting with. Don't get me wrong. He had 27 troops, but only in 2 countries, and he had like 5 risk cards, and everyone was like, "Nah, I don't want to take him out
They
yet."
felt bad
They
for
were
him.
scared of the smoke.
There's always that one
right.
person that everyone.
Well, there was 5 people who were scared to do anything. That's
Yes.
the problem. So
That's-
everyone kind of weaseled around each other the whole
Yes.
game.
So it didn't. It took way too long.
You
All
ca-
right.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, all right, I'm done talking about Risk.
Me
but-
too. Me too. Definitely.
All right, put 10 up on the clock, and I think we can start with. I want to get to Kevin's thing a little later, so why don't we start with the big news in the sports world? You
Okay.
comfortable with that?
I'm cool with that.
So Deshaun Watson has been traded from the Houston Texans to the Cleveland Browns for a considerable amount of draft picks. Now,
Hold on. For the folks at home, who is Deshaun Watson?
do you want me to say it?
Yes.
Deshaun Watson is a football player,
The one
quarterback.
that fought
Tell
dogs,
them.
right? No, that's Michael Vick.
That was Michael Vick, yeah.
Yeah.
Deshaun
He might have
Watson.
got traded,
the
too.
reason why it's a controversial trade is because Deshaun Watson is undoubtedly going to be suspended by the NFL. He has 22 lawsuits against him for sexual misconduct involving a massage parlor. 22 women.
Wow.
22 women. So, and I believe in the group chat the other day, Nick Gerasi sent a quote. You read it about one of the women's reports of what happened. What is your general reaction to the idea of this man being allowed to play football?
It's tough. I don't support people who force women to jerk them off. You know what I mean? But I mean, if he's paying for the service and they agree, you said it's a massage parlor.
Yes.
I don't know the whole story. I just know 27 women said he did this.
Yeah, because he
That's
has lots of
outrageous.
money. Like it's pretty normal to go to rubbing Tugs. I mean, he's not the only one. He's not the only one who's ever done it. I'll tell you that much.
Johnny, before
Yeah.
I go in, what do you think? 22.
I mean,
22 women.
So nobody knows the truth about the situation, so you can't like
Well,
in my opinion, if there's hard evidence,
Get it?
I mean,
we can get into that right away.
whatever. But so I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's either this guy was getting rub and tugs, and now they understand that they could fuck this guy out of a lot more money.
Yep.
He
Or
just
he was
signed-
legitimately sexually harassing,
Right.
which is totally possible. NFL players and professional athletes in general think they can do whatever the fuck they want. And no, I don't support that. That's fucking terrible. I mean, like, I'm not saying I support rub and tugs either, but there's definitely a difference in severity between getting a rub and tug and certainly
With the trade,
sexually harassing
with
women.
the trade to Cleveland, he signed a $250 million contract that is, hold on, fully guaranteed. He doesn't have to play.
Wow.
$250 million. So even if he gets suspended, this motherfucker's making money.
So they could have just basically paid a sex criminal to stay home.
So here's the thing. It has gone through a grand jury. 9 of the women of the 22 have gone through a grand jury to sue him.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of those cases has been dismissed because they did not have enough evidence. Now, that hasn't been brought to court at a civil level. They can still sue him at a civil court level. But grand jury
Yeah, it
to
doesn't look good
indict
for them,
him
no?
as... No, it doesn't look good for them. And let me say what no one wants to say. These fucking bitches trying to get his fucking money. It's unbelievable. First of all, he comes out and says he doesn't want to play for Houston ever again. This guy was clean as a whistle before that. No one would have said anything bad about him. He says, I'll never play for Houston again. All of a sudden, there's 22 women saying this guy forced his fucking dick in my hand. Get the fuck out. These women want that money so bad.
I'm going to ask a question about that.
Please.
Like, money is one thing, but is there any sort of trouble that these women can get into? They're trying to fuck someone over. Let's say that is the case. They're wasting the court's time, the people's time, all that, and it's dismissed. Not enough evidence. Are they going to get in trouble for taking up that time?
No, they're not. They should. They should go to fucking jail forever.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
They
pretty
should
fucked
go
up.
to jail forever.
I got a question too. So didn't the owner of the Patriots go to a rub and tug and got caught? He didn't get suspended and nothing bad happened
He
to
got
him.
fined by the NFL and he got arrested by the police.
But he got off pretty easily though, and it got brushed
he
over.
did,
real easy.
But I think the real. Oh, wow, I've never heard that one. No, so he just got caught in a pay for sex, not a forced sex. That's totally
Yeah,
different.
totally different. I was going to say,
I can't
fucking
believe you're
Charles,
still going to jail for paying for sex these days.
I know.
Charles
as long as-
Barkley.
if it's
Didn't
not
Charles get
Nevada.
caught?
Yeah, listen, it happens. Sometimes you make it happen. It is what it is. But forcing yourself on a woman
On a woman is
yeah,
bad,
on all women, on 22 women, is probably not the way to go about it. But if it turns out that they're just fucking money hungry bitches,
I think that there's another part of it, and that's what NFL player needs to be sexually harassing
Exactly.
22 women?
Right,
Exactly.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And you go to a rub and tug for a reason. You don't go there to harass women.
I'd also like to say that now that if at a civil level all of them also get dismissed because they've only been dismissed at a federal level, if they also get dismissed in civil court, they should have to give forced hand jobs to him.
Oh, fuck. Right.
That's what should have to happen.
On live TV.
It's like a hanging.
These are jokes, folks. These are jokes.
I'm not joking. Fuck these 20. If of course at a civil level they do not have enough circumstantial evidence at a civil level, fuck these bitches.
I mean, that's rough, yeah.
They're trying to ruin his life on purpose.
Yeah,
and
that's
take his
terrible,
money.
and that truly is terrible. Like, and I don't want to sound like, because it's a dicey situation. You don't know the truth. Some people are fucking wild. You've seen NFL players do some crazy shit, so it's also not out of the realm of possibility that he really would do that to 22 women.
I know the
at
truth.
his main massage parlor. He could have done that. He could have done 6 a day. You don't know. Easily, he could have came in horny and just touched every single one.
Is it
and been-
one massage parlor that he went to, or multiple?
I actually do not have
Because
that
like
information.
there's rarely 22 women working at one of these places. It's usually like 1 or 2.
I'd also like to say on a
there's
more
questions is all.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to say is that there's there's for sure questions.
Yes.
That's sketchy.
What do you?
It's fucked up if they're trying to ruin his life. Sorry,
I know
Frank.
you guys don't follow the NFL super closely, but you know who Deshaun Watson is.
Yeah. Quarterback, right?
Yes. So last time he played football, because he did not play all of last year. Last time he played football, he passed for an outrageous amount of yards. He had great statistics, but his team only won 4 games. If you're the Cleveland Browns, you trade all your draft picks to get a guy who may not be able to play because of suspension and physically is not capable of winning games solely by himself. And you're just like, whatever, our fans may hate us for the rest. We'll never have a female fan ever again, but bring them on in.
Yeah, that's so
that's
fucking
Fucking
stupid.
crazy, right? Like,
Yeah. At least let him go
would
through
do
the process.
right, through the
before.
whole legal
Yeah.
process, civil court, all of it. Like, you're going to want to know what's going on with
Yep.
this guy before you trade
Because I mean,
for
he
him.
wasn't, like like getting like a Antonio Brown or something, someone who might seem like a problem is a lot
Right.
different
Jeremy
than
Shockey. Yeah.
Right, it's a lot different.
it's
than
a lot
getting-
different than getting someone who's up for sex crimes. That's fucked up,
Also,
like,
whether or not he's found guilty, let's not forget, Ben Roethlisberger got accused, too, of doing sketchy things, but was never found guilty in court. And the NFL still suspended him 4 games. And it wasn't no fucking 22 women. This guy's facing at least 6-game suspension, and they traded for him and agreed to pay him.
Yikes.
Fucking crazy.
I can tell you one thing: the outcome of a grand jury case usually is a good judgment of how the civil case is going to go.
Yeah, unless
Lawyer
you're O.J.
Holmes,
Simpson.
folks.
Unless they find evidence somewhere.
Unless you're O.J. Simpson.
if you need
exactly.
any litigation or a lawyer, just call Holmes.
I have him in my phone as Lawyer John.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go to jail, you call Holmes right away.
I'll help you.
If,
I'll help you go to jail.
if you're a cop, you gotta tell me you're a cop.
You legally got to tell me. So, Holmes, let me ask you this. You play recreationally in a football league. Do you think your sex scandal will come out next?
Which one?
The one involving little baby clits.
Oh God!
Wow, I've never heard that one.
He loves that one.
All
It
right,
works
so
for
I-
almost any situation on the
It's
show.
true. It's true. Most situations can be sticky. But I guess, Holmes, you're saying that you're innocent until proven guilty.
I mean, the women that I mess around with, they won't come into the public eye.
Because you buried them somewhere.
No,
they're all gone.
They're around.
They're in
just,
the trunk.
they're
They,
just-
he said they won't come into the public.
They're
eye.
around. They're just.
That's fucking mysterious.
They know
No.
better.
No, it's they're around. They're just way too young to form an opinion.
No.
All right.
Sex criminal Holmes.
Let's put another 10
Also a
up on
lawyer.
the clock. I think we're ready to move into Johnny's got a little story
All
time
right.
for us.
Sure, I got a fun story for us. I want to start this off by saying shout out to my cousin Swanee, man, because we've talked to him about him a lot on the show, and
We miss you.
yeah, we'll get him on the show one day. But this is a really fun story, really a lot of fun from our childhood. So when I was a kid, we used to do a lot of graffiti, right, Kev?
Oh, yeah.
When we were younger, I was never good, but it was always fun to like make stickers and go right on buildings and be bad or whatever. And the way that I would get spray paint is that I would give my father $20 and say, "Hey, I gotta go do graffiti tonight. I'm 14." And he would be like, "All right, what color?"
Yeah.
And it's funny because his excuse was always because we were straight edge kids. He was like, "At least they're not out there doing drugs."
Little did he know.
We weren't.
Doing drugs and defacing public property.
We weren't doing drugs.
No drugs at that time.
No, we were really straight edge kids doing graffiti, and I don't think that there could be anything lamer than that.
You weren't
Probably a
huffing
lot
that-
funner if you are on drugs to do that.
Well,
Oh,
they were huffing the
definitely.
paint.
Maybe
True.
we don't know. I don't know. But so this story takes place, like all of our stories, on Long Island, New York, my favorite place. And I would say we were probably we were 15 or 15 years old. That's what it is. And we go out graffitiing, with our new cans of spray paint that my dad just bought us. And we're hitting every fucking building on this main road that we can, like little kids just going sneaky behind buildings and writing our little graffiti name. At the time, I was ripping off of JA1, who is a famous graffiti artist from New York, right?
What was your tag?
And I was going to say I was JE. And I would
Very different.
What does the E stand for?
It did nothing. It never
doesn't
stood for
stand for
anything. I liked the way his shit would, and he would just do a big, humongous JA, and I just thought that was cool. And I didn't even mean to rip it off. I was also a kid, but
Influence.
yeah, I was influenced, and it was almost identical. So I was ripping him off.
All right, well, now, 10 years later, if you had to make JE stand for something, what would it be? Joey Exotics.
Oh yeah, shout out to Joey Exotics.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't even want to think about that, but John.
John Extreme?
Yeah,
Johnny Excellent.
Johnny Excellent. So I was just writing it big as hell all over everything, and we get to this bar that we used to go see hardcore shows at. We walked there. It was called
TGIF.
TGIF. It was the first TGIF. TGIF 1. Shout out to all the mirrors that were in TGIF 1. That place was crazy. They were having hardcore shows in a place that was literally every wall was a mirror. Mm-hmm. And fucking I remember Down to Nothing playing in there, and it was wild.
That's where we saw Have Heart, and I remember that because of the mirrors, even though there was a lot of kids there was probably 200 kids there, it looked like there was 7,000 kids.
I know,
because
yeah,
of the
they were all
mirrors.
packed in, and they were all going crazy too.
That was a cool venue.
It was a cool venue,
yeah.
but there was a little bar right next door that was a hole in the wall. It was the type of bar that dudes would go to after they got off work, and not for fun,
Just because they
just
have
to drink the problems down, drink the concrete, roofing, drywall. Just they have to drink it all down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming them for it, but I'm just describing the type of place this was, right? And me and my other little redheaded cousin are galloping through the night and the dark, writing our graffiti names all over everything. And we got to this bar, and we got to the door of the bar. And for some reason, I had been writing just my graffiti name on everything the whole way, which is what you do, because you want to be recognized in graffiti. And for some reason, I don't know why, just shitty kid instinct, on the back of this door of this bar, I decided just to write, fuck you. I don't know why. There was no reason. Just my stupid ass fucking teenager brain was just hell yeah, I'm going to write fuck you on the back of this door.
Somebody's going to see it one day.
One day, someone will see this.
In 5 seconds.
And while I was finishing the U, the door swings open harder than any door has ever swung open.
You had to have been on camera.
Yeah. Apparently we were on camera. And it was funny because we were pretty good with that. We were aware that, because we knew older people who did graffiti, and we were influenced by people, and we knew to look out for cameras and shit like that. But this bar had some sneaky shit going on. I don't know. We found out later that a few months ago, the bar had been vandalized and burned down by some folks who were not nice. And obviously we were just teenagers doing graffiti, but they had some cool ass cameras in there that we didn't see, I guess, because that fucking door swung open so hard. And there was that 0.25 seconds where I was frozen, not knowing what to do. And mind you, I'm chubby now. As a 15-year-old, I was the fucking the Marshmallow Man from fucking Ghostbusters, dude. I played sports and stuff, but I was not an endurance runner. And my cousin was a stick, and he could run. So this door opens, and all of a sudden I just hear Spanish words being fucking yelled at us, and I was like, we gotta get the fuck, and we just ran. And he was so much faster than me and had so much more endurance than me. God, I got caught in 7 steps, I would say. 7 steps, right? By a dude who, when I was 15, was shorter than me, but he was 40 or 45 years old.
Yeah.
Right? And he grabbed me by my shirt with his fucking grown man strength and started pulling me. Right? And I go, dude, I'm 14 years old. Right? And mind you, I've said 10 times in this story, I was 15 years old at the time. So I lied to him, trying to be even younger seeming to him.
Yeah.
And what this man said to me was, I don't care. And he punched me in my fucking face. A full-grown man busted my lip wide the fuck
Like,
open.
did he give you everything he had?
Everything he had. He punched me as hard as you could, like, punch a person, and I got hit, and I wasn't ready because I didn't know a full-grown man was going to punch me in my face, and my whole shit, like, blah.
I'm
and
surprised
I
you
came
didn't
back.
get knocked out.
Iron Chin.
I'm surprised I didn't get knocked out by that one, too. But then I looked at him again, and I said, dude, I'm 14, and he said, I don't care. And he punched me in my face again.
Oh my god.
Twice. As hard as he could. This dude punched me in my fucking face. And at this point, I was being dragged by like three... yeah, exactly. I was being like just dragged by these dudes who were just at this bar. Like dragged, like punched me in my face twice. Like, what the fuck just happened to me? Now I'm like wondering when the guns and machetes and shit are gonna come
Where's
out. Like,
Swanson?
he's gone. He got the fuck away.
Do you think he waited around for Vega?
I don't know.
Maybe he was looking from the
Dude,
bushes.
after all the stories that I've told you, why would he wait for me?
Especially when he's being punched in the face.
I was, yeah, he didn't, he was way gone. He was a fast little kid, like, you know what I mean? So he was way gone by the time I was being punched in the face. He was already around the corner alley, gone. And these dudes had one of us.
To be fair, he didn't write "fuck you."
He was writing just as much bullshit as me, though. Like, he graffitied on their bar, too, just on the wall instead of the door.
He was probably egging Johnny on hard.
Oh, God. I'm not going to blame him for this one.
Right, fuck you.
But it is just a regular, this was just a regular thing we would get into because we were obviously dumbasses.
All right, so they're dragging you back toward the bar?
I didn't know where, but I was in a back alley. So I was legitimately scared for my life at this time. And these are just dudes at a bar. They're not
At any
the
point,
police.
do you
They're
think
not.
you could be raped?
Dude, I didn't know what was going to happen to me. I dead ass in this moment was like, I don't know what's like. I thought that I could be killed. Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's what I'm
sure.
saying.
I really wasn't sure because these multiple dudes were holding on to me after they had punched me in my face. And I was like, didn't know where the fuck what the fuck is going on here. So they dragged me to the front of the bar. And at the front of the bar, I felt a little more safe, even though it was nighttime. Nobody was around in this parking lot besides this bar. Even though it was like a kind of a shitty Long Island shopping center, there was other stores. And a couple minutes later, a car pulls up to the front of the bar, and out comes my cousin Swanee with two Jamaicans.
Oh shit.
Two big Jamaican guys have my cousin Swanee.
They caught him too.
They caught him 3 parking lots down. So now I had mentioned that this bar was vandalized by like bad people. They burned them down. These dudes had hired security, and it was 2 Jamaican guys with handcuffs. There was no badges, no uniforms, no nothing. But they hopped out of the car. I wish Swanee was here to tell his part, but they hopped out of the car and fully tackled him to the ground, handcuffed him, and brought him back to the bar. And now the like 7 Spanish guys and 2 big Jamaican dudes are like just standing with us, like talking to each other, like, what do we do with these kids at this point? And I just go, yo, I'm gonna call my dad. Because I had mentioned earlier that my dad bought us the spray paint. I figured he had, he would probably have to have something to do with this, or I was gonna be murdered or go to the police.
Right.
And they figured that was probably best because they also handcuffed children and assaulted them for doing a minor crime on their bar. You know what I mean?
If a cop gets there and you're bleeding,
Yeah.
what are they gonna say?
Yeah, little did they know that my dad was a violent man.
Yes.
And I knew better than to tell him the full story of what had happened while we were there. But he called me right away, came and picked me up, and he was a guy who was not fazed by crimes.
Yeah.
So he kind of was laughing at us when he came and picked us up like, you dumb assholes. And when we got back to my house, I told him, I said exactly what happened. I said, those guys tackled Swanee and handcuffed him, and this dude punched me in my face twice. And I told him how old I was, 14. and my dad was like at that moment was ready to take me back to that bar to pick out the guy that hit me. And I refused to. So he waited for me and Swanee to go to sleep, and he went back to that bar by himself and caused some problems, I'll say.
He burned it down again.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not fucking be surprised.
Jeez.
But
So what do you take away? What is the moral for you? What did you learn
God.
that day?
Did you graph from that moment?
after that, yeah, I did a little bit, but not like not big shit. I think I would just like do like markers and like stickers and shit. I don't think I really, and maybe I would tag a little bit, but I wasn't like out there.
Right, and fuck you on doors.
Well, yeah, but I was actually out there, like I said, doing like big bombs and shit. I mean, as much as a 15-year-old shitty kid could do.
Right. Yeah, the functioning door is usually...
It was bad. I don't know. That was my story. I'll fucking buzz myself right there.
The functioning door.
It was rough. It was rough. I'm glad I got that story out, though. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, we're on to
Give us another 10.
Lil Kevs.
Hey, so I want to talk about this week personal hells. Like when you think about where you're going to be trapped for all eternity when you die, or what you deserve, or what God would sentence you to, let's say. And
Are we acknowledging the existence
What
of
you
God
would be
on this show?
sentenced
no, but it's fun to play around in your head. But I guess I'll start with
You guys are not men of God, but I am.
yes, very passionate. So I guess it takes place in a room. I'm going to say a waiting room, because one of the things I hate most is waiting around.
Sure.
I fucking can't stand waiting. And it's going to be slightly above the temperature that my body can handle. So maybe like 88 degrees.
You're going to have a sweat going?
A little bit, but only
Ooh.
anytime I do like a small action, I'll get a bead of sweat start to accumulate on my brow. And particularly I'm wearing a fleece from like Old Navy or something, and the wrists are wet, you know, from brushing your teeth or
like
something.
this.
It's fucking horrible.
I don't like that.
And every once in a while, maybe a drunk person will come up way too close and tell me how much they love me, or how
you can smell it.
you could smell it. You're gonna be like,
like that.
yeah, let's hang out next week or something. And I have a task to either get something off of a shelf that's like a little too high, and I'm fumbling around trying to get it down, or what happened earlier in the studio, I'm aligning something, putting a screw in, and the drill pops off the screw, and I'm like sweating now,
I
and my
just
blood is
watched
starting
Kevin
to
do
boil.
that for 4 straight minutes. He was so fucking
So
angry.
so far your personal hell is like a lot of minor inconveniences.
So far, his personal hell is a very realistic Monday.
I know, yeah. So many minor inconveniences. It seems like that. It's
Gets-
just
and then I snap,
yeah.
and whoever's in my path is going to get the rake.
Done.
Is it genetic, you think? You think it's genetic?
I think
I
that
don't know.
entire scenario would irritate me too, so I don't think it's genetic.
But, you know, just put me there for all eternity, and that's my hell.
Okay.
Anyone else have a hell?
Yeah, I have a personal hell here. Okay, so one of the things I hate most in this world is working.
Okay.
It's not my favorite thing to do ever in any situation, especially when someone tells me I have to.
Mm-hmm.
I like working on the show. I like, sometimes, but like, fuck, man, it's not my favorite thing to do is working for somebody else. And what that makes me think of is when I was a kid and I used to work at Marshall's, baby.
Yeah.
So I think my personal hell setting is Marshall's and I'm cashier. And there's a line that goes on to an endless Marshalls that like the ocean. There's just a line that I can't see the end of.
Marshall's was
of people.
before your time at Tanger?
Yeah, way before. Yeah, I was making $7.25 working at Marshall's.
By the way, before you continue, how crazy is it to think of that and then to think of $15 as minimum wage?
Dude, when I started making
It's
anywhere
double.
near that, my mind was blown because I used to make $7.
Breaking double digits was huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, crazy, mind blowing when you start at $7.25. Yeah.
All right, so the lines around the building.
The lines around the building, and the line consists of my family members. Just a long
Asking
list,
you for a discount.
a long list of fucking family members, distant family members, my family members, cousins that you sometimes have to see at family parties that you have to say hello to that you don't really know at all. That's the whole line all the way to the end is people I just don't feel like talking to, right? And they all come up and they want to talk to me. Like they're excited to see me working at Marshall's. Right? But then they have an issue. And they call the manager up. All right, I forgot to mention that in this situation, I have the same haircut that I had when I was younger. So, like, I'm a grown man with the like, helmet, like, shitty Beatles haircut.
Nice. That was a good look for you, for real.
It was
for
real.
real.
It was so bad. So,
The manager comes.
Every single one of them has a problem after they're done wanting to talk to me. And they have a problem. They need to talk to the manager, and they tell the manager that they need a discount because of my haircut. Every single one of them.
I think that's the fairest complaint I've ever heard in Marshall.
I agree, but I have to deal with it is the thing, and then I have to type in the discount for them myself.
Hair discount.
And every single person. And also the entire time, because this would happen to me when I was working there, is that I was so hungry. I was making $7. I was like poor. I couldn't afford to go to fucking...
You were paying for your lunch. You were working for your lunch.
Literally, like if I wanted to go to McDonald's, that was like, what did I just
2 hours of work
for?
It was 60% of your paycheck.
It's insane. So I would be so hungry, and then after it felt like eternity, I'd be allowed to go to the Marshall's break room and eat. And the only thing that's in there is big cans of boiled peanuts.
Oh,
the only thing that I can eat to try to fix my hunger, in my insatiable hunger, is boiled peanuts.
That's disturbing. I don't like that.
And I want to die the whole time, and I can't because it's eternity of boiled peanuts and Marshalls. And then there is the worst of all: no penis.
Why do you need to realize that you don't have a penis?
Because he goes to jerk off in the bathroom at Marshall. He realizes, I can't even jerk off at work.
I don't know about that, but I think that's part of Holmes' personal hell. But
what is your personal hell?
Mine is just the last thing is no penis.
So basically, being stuck in traffic. Like one, either like you're running out of gas and you need to get to a gas station, but you're just stuck in fucking traffic, like that's not moving, and the AC or the heat in the car is not working.
Yeah.
And
you definitely hate traffic, because I've been in a car with you,
traffic,
and you're like, can someone else drive?
Especially driving stick, it sucks. And two is being somewhere and seeing someone that you know, but you don't really know, like a distant acquaintance, and like you're just like, I hope this person doesn't try and talk to me, because I really don't feel like fucking talking to you.
Holmes, you need this.
Okay,
come take it.
Someone's got to give it to me.
I got it.
All right, thanks, Dingo.
All right, so my personal hell, when Kevin told me we were doing personal hell, I went a little bit
Thank you.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And I wrote a full play. I'm going to be playing the narrator. Johnny is going to be playing the lead role of Frank Rocco Samisa. Holmes will be playing himself, and Kevin will be playing a character to be named. No one is allowed... Holmes, stop it. No one is allowed to read ahead. Okay?
I haven't read it yet.
Stop it.
All right. So Frank's personal hell. Here we go.
I can't wait.
Frank is awoken by a loud bang in the room adjacent to him. He finds himself covered in sweat on an 89-degree morning. His room is dark, and he has trouble seeing his hand even 6 inches from his face. Frank yells with passion.
Is the heat on or some shit? What the fuck is going on here?
That's very good, Frank. All right. No one responds. Frank rises from the moist mattress in anger. He starts his search for the doorknob leading to the room next door. He feels around in the dark for the familiar touch of his bedroom door. He opens the door and begins to walk to the living room, but with each step he takes, his surroundings become darker and darker. Walking carefully, he extends his arm for the light switch, but he can't seem to recall where it is, almost as if it's missing from the wall completely. He then begins to realize that nothing in the room seems familiar to him at all. He says,
"Where are the couches? Gretchen? Alicia, the kitchen table's missing.
It's getting better, Frank. It's getting better. All right. It only takes a short time for him to realize that the room he's standing in is actually completely empty. It's not the living room he once knew. The room has no furniture. It has only 2 older-looking TV sets facing each other on both the left and right side of the room. Frank walks gingerly to the first TV set on his left, tries to turn it on, but the room is so dark he struggles to find the button until he hears the click, and the TV is on. On the screen came the Dark Knight. right at the scene where Batman uses everyone's cell phone in Gotham to have X-ray vision or some fucking stupid shit. He cries out,
"What the fucking fuck is this?"
It's getting really good now. He tries to hit the button to turn it off, but the button has seemed to vanish. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, the second TV to his right turns on by itself. It was playing Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Right at that stupid scene where Obi-Wan says to Anakin, "Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. Haven't you seen the first 2 movies, you fucking idiot?" And like a little wounded girl, Anakin says to him, "From my point of view, the Jedi are evil," or some stupid horseshit. The 2 fictional characters continue to argue like a homosexual married couple when Frank realizes this is not his home. On top of one of the TVs, he noticed a small Bluetooth speaker. He tried to put it on in an attempt to drown out both the horrible movies, but to his dismay, all that played was Eminem on a continuous loop. Frank couldn't tell if it was the same verse over and over again or just one full Eminem album because all his music sounds exactly the same, and it's just fucking awful. The rapper's voice was so annoying, but he couldn't turn it off. Frank says,
"I've got to get the fuck out of here now."
He rushed down the stairs to the front door. He opened the door to see a very boring looking man sprinting towards him. The man had absolutely no expression on his face, but said to Frank in an intolerable monotone voice, "Kevin, this is you."
Oh. "I'm looking for a volleyball. Have you seen it? It's around. No, it's round. It's white. Has the same amount of acting talent as I do."
The man got angry and then yelled while still being boring, "Have you seen it?" Frank said,
No, I haven't seen it. Get away."
Really good, right? Frank slammed the door in his face and realized the front door was obviously no longer an option. He collapsed against the door and cried.
"What the hell is this place? What the fuck is happening?"
He looked back up the stairs to what was once his home. He saw the silhouette of a man. He began to climb the stairs towards the man when he realized the features were that of a man that was familiar to him. It was his good friend Holmes. Relieved to see Holmes, Frank said,
Dude, what are you doing here? It doesn't matter. We have to get the fuck out of this place."
But Holmes looked broken, disheveled, and defeated. In a somber voice, Holmes said,
"Dude, there's no way out. I looked everywhere. We're stuck here. Frank, it's bad, man. You don't even know who runs this place. You're not going to be happy."
"I don't care who's in charge here, but we have to get out. I've had the worst morning of my fucking life, and I'll be damned if I have to stay here another fucking second."
It won't let you leave. It keeps everyone here forever. The windows are locked, and Tom Hanks is somehow on the other side of every door. He's bored 14 people to death already this week.
They heard a loud, deep thud in the distance, and Holmes said in a very scared voice,
"It's coming."
Out of the shadows of the room crept a dark, evil, demonic beast as old as time itself. The disgusting figure moved towards them at a frightening pace until it was eye to eye with Frank. Holmes said, whimpering,
"What can we do for you, master?"
The ruler of these new lands was a creature so foul, so wretched it can only be described as a bitch. Its name was Nicolosi, and with an evil roar it shrieked, "You're 30 and you're white!" Frank screamed,
"No! What is this place? God damn you! God damn you all to hell!"
It was at this moment that Frank realized that every joke he had made about wishing AIDS on children had finally come back to bite him. He was in hell, and there was no escape in sight. And that's the end.
Let's go.
What do you guys think of the play?
I thought it was amazing. That was great. Good job, Frank.
What do you guys think of the characters involved in the play?
It's on brand.
I thought it was wonderful. I hope everybody liked my Frank at home.
I didn't like that guy, Holmes.
Well, yeah, he was very afraid of Nicole.
He was bad.
But let me tell you something. You like to pretend you're not afraid of Nicole, and yet you're very afraid of Nicole. So she runs your whole shit, bro.
I think I did that play just as well as Tom Hanks would have.
I could not agree with you more. You have the same amount of range as Tom. You have the same amount of range as Tom Hanks. It's just the most boring.
You literally read the piece of paper. I like it though.
My favorite line of that is Tom Hanks has bored 14 people to death already this week.
Yeah. I'm surprised Kevin didn't say Tom Hanks.
All right. I think that's all our topics there.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? We got emails.
We got emails, and Holmes has a quick Holmes's corner.
No fucking way.
No, I don't.
No, I didn't.
You
think
said
so.
you had Holmes's corner.
Yeah, he says a lot of shit.
No.
Before we move on to
Hold
emails, Holmes is supposed to have a segment called Holmes's Corner. We're in episode 7, and it's never happened.
Well, I just recently got a corner, so
He told us he had a segment this week where he was going to throw out medical terms, and I guess he forgot he wanted to do that.
I forgot I'm not a doctor, so I shouldn't be doing that.
All right, well then give us some emails.
What kind of bit is Holmes spitting out medical terms? I mean, I do want to see it.
His thought was great. The thought was he was going to give us medical terms and ones we have to guess what they are.
No,
like
it was
that.
a single medical term, but I forgot it.
It was called menstruation.
Yes, exactly.
Something to do with men.
Holmes,
I don't know.
It's pronounced gonorrhea, and it's okay. You just have to take medicine. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah, I forgot they have a cure for everything now.
Except AIDS. AIDS will get you.
Yeah, you're fucked when it comes to
so we're
AIDS.
gonna do some emails.
All right, what do you got?
All right, so first let's do Matt King's, I guess.
Shout out to Matt King. We love Matt King.
Did we
Yes,
not
we
read
do.
a Matt King email already?
No, we did
I
not.
think we read it. I think Holmes read it off screen once.
Yeah, we didn't read this one. So Matt King sent in an email asking me. Well, it says it's for Holmes. Does bringing your own golf push cart to a golf course make any sense, and why? So Frank will tell the story quickly about
So
why he's
at a
asking
particular
this.
golf course, Holmes was invited to play.
Very, very high-end,
It's an
fancy
exclusive
golf course.
and Holmes came up the hill with his own push cart. And Matt, at the time, was running the show, and he questioned whether or not he was going to let Holmes play that day.
Well, I was told I had to carry my bag, so I said, why would I carry my bag when I have a golf push cart that I could strap it to and pull it around?
So why don't
shit.
you answer the question? Did it make sense?
It makes complete sense why I wouldn't want to carry around a 30, 40-pound bag of clubs.
I agree with you,
18 holes for 3 or 4 hours.
But is there a problem with that, with like the regulation at that golf course?
It's just tacky.
It's just
It's tacky. I guess golf. Yeah, you can't be tacky in golf.
not at a private golf club. You could do that
get it.
at a public
Sandy
golf club.
Pond.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Holmes had enough
Rolling
money
Oaks.
to be allowed in there.
Oh, I didn't pay
He
anything.
didn't.
I know,
have enough
but I'm
money.
saying I'm surprised there wasn't like a force field that just.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, stop it.
Matt King, when you hear the answer from Holmes, write back again. I'm sure you'll have a retort to that comment. So let us know how you're
Yeah,
feeling.
next time maybe you could be my caddy.
All right.
shit.
Let's
The golf
move
community
on
is
here.
gonna come after Holmes, dude.
Big time.
They're gonna cancel
I
you
respect
from
the
golf.
not
golf
forget
community,
that-
like I said.
They gotta respect.
That
He
looks
doesn't
like a
play
big
that
fucking
much golf,
email
but he
right
respects
there.
the community. Holy
Who's this from?
fuck.
This is from Alec Arison.
Alec Aronson.
Okay, hey y'all, big fan of the podcast. Hoping these questions can make an appearance. They will be addressed accordingly.
Wow.
Question number 1 for Frank. Frank, when did you realize that Alicia was the one and it was time to move in together and get married?
I think you're a piece of shit, Alec. I realized.
I didn't know that was gonna be the answer to that.
I think I realized Alicia was. I still haven't realized Alicia's the one. She's got a lot of work to do before.
They all do.
Before that, and you can move on to the next one.
Okay, second question is for everybody. Which professional athlete would you choose to be your college roommate?
That's a good question, Johnny. Deshaun Watson, obviously.
I guess if I'm going of all time, college roommate,
Gretzky.
no, definitely no Canadian.
So DiPietro.
That would be kind of sick. But I'm
He is
thinking
a party
of,
animal.
who's the pitcher who drank all those beers? The fucking Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs.
Yeah, for the college roommate. Or I guess I'm expected to go hockey. Alex Ovechkin.
Okay. There you go. Who you got, Kevin?
I'm gonna do Austin 3:16.
Wow,
that's
that's a good
good.
one. Holmes, you got anybody?
Yeah, probably Matt Martin from the Islanders,
Okay.
just because I'm obsessed with him.
Is he attractive or
You
something?
guys
he's
fight all
pretty
the
hot.
time.
Yeah,
Super
he's
good
pretty
looking
hot.
guy.
He's good looking for a guy.
He beat the fuck out of you, Holmes.
Probably.
If I had to, I would probably pick. It's really tough on me, but it would be Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh,
good
yeah.
list.
I didn't even
That's fun.
consider
It would be
basketball player.
Shaq.
You
for
would
sure.
need a bigger dorm room.
Oh, all right. Next.
Well, he's fucking
He's a giant.
humongous.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay,
Frank
the
just
third,
goes, ho.
the third question is for everyone. What would be the one song that you would want to play at your funeral?
Jesus Christ!
I don't
what is
think
this?
anyone's gonna know any music. That
I
we
got
like.
the song though. I know what I would want at my funeral.
What is it?
It's "One More Time" by Daft Punk.
One more time.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that's sick. Dingo, do you have one?
Yeah, Electric Slide.
That's pretty good.
Boogie.
I'm going to go with Slipknot People Equals Shit. The whole on repeat. People equals shit.
Let's all give Holmes an appropriate amount of time to do what he's trying to do.
I would want this song in my funeral.
Cut my life into pieces. Nice, Holmes.
All right. Does he have any more unbearable questions here?
I don't know. Let's look.
It looked like quite a few.
Okay,
Jesus Christ.
this fourth one's for you, Frank. Do you wipe standing or sitting?
Next.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Okay, the fifth question is: if you were taken hostage 5 years ago and released today, what would be the most surprising thing with the world?
That one I like a lot. For me, the most surprising thing in the world would be that that Holmes was still alive.
Yeah, me too.
That's a big one.
That's my answer. That I was still alive.
I would think 5 years from now, you better be dead.
I hope so.
I'm going to go with Artie Lang is still alive and Norm Macdonald is dead.
Yeah, that's
That's a
crazy,
good one.
yeah.
Who would have guessed that?
I know.
I don't think I would be surprised. I would be like, that's exactly the way I think it would happen. People are still biggest pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I think Artie is doing better. I hope he is.
Yeah. Shout out to Artie.
You got one? You got
He,
one,
he
Kevin?
likes podcasts. Maybe he'll hear
No,
that.
I just said it.
Okay, got it. All right, next.
Okay,
How many does he fucking
this
get?
is a sixth question. This is the last one. It's for
Okay.
you also, Frank. It's a marry, fuck, kill, but it's Burger King, White Castle, and Wendy's.
So easy.
Well, no, it's not easy because you
me, it's
hate
easy.
Burger King. I'm going to marry White Castle. I'm going to fuck Burger King, and I'm going to kill Wendy's.
Interesting.
I don't want the baked potato that badly. It's not for me. What's his message at the bottom
It
there?
just says, please address that the questions mentioned were from Alex Erickson.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Al. You're
Thank you.
great. You're
Thank you.
phenomenal.
All right.
Me and Dingo didn't answer, but
Oh, well, it said it was for Frank,
okay,
but you
yeah,
guys
it wasn't
could
Me
answer.
and
for
Dingo did.
you.
Okay,
Yeah, it wasn't
good,
for
good.
you.
That's fine.
For
yeah.
you.
Come on.
He's your fan. That's fine. I don't.
Yeah, he's my fan.
I don't want to.
I've got a lot of fans.
I don't really want to say marry. I don't want to do it now. No, I don't want to do it.
No, it's the same one.
I was going to say, these are some long fucking emails.
That's it. Thank you,
That's it.
Yes, thanks,
Alex.
Alex.
Thanks to everyone.
Thank you for writing in.
Those are all the emails we got. All
That's
right.
it. Yeah.
I would like to say, give some shout out. Maybe we should do some shout outs quick.
Check out our merch store.
Yeah, we got a merch store,
Yeah.
and we have a website now
Yeah.
too. Podbean, Poor Timing podcast at podbean.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
You guys were way more in sync last time.
Well, this is the first time we're
We
doing
said
these
that
ones.
one. Yeah.
Why don't you try it again?
Poor Timing Podcast
at
podbean.com.
Podbean.
It's poortimingpodcast.podbean.com, our website.
Go to that website
Yeah, we have a merch store on there.
and buy that shit.
Yeah, watch all our shows.
Send us money.
Shout out to all of our friends. Shout out to my cousin Mookie for giving me advice. Anybody got you want to help? Shout out who helped us?
Yeah, I want to shout out the most important person we could possibly shout out is John A. for winning that wrist game.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful win.
Yeah, well, he got a shout out already.
Yeah, but I had
Shout
to
out
do
to
it
Frank
again.
for writing this beautiful masterpiece. That was
It
cool.
was good, right? It was
All
a good
right.
play.
I'll shout out shouting out.
That's
but wait.
Shout out, shouting out.
Could you see us doing that on Broadway?
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a Broadway star. All right, is that the end of the show,
That's
Holmes?
it, dude.
Oh,